this is Kylie. We are going to administer a bolus and large volume. We are going to start by being in the med room. We're going to check our MAR against our physician's orders. We have a order for Shirley Cost lactating ringer, 1,000 mLs with 20 milliequivalents potassium to infuse 20 milliliters over an hour. And we have an order for morphine sulfate, 5 milligram IV push every 2 hours for pain. So I'm going to compare that to my MAR. I have lactose ringers, 1,000 mLs with 20 milliequivalents. With this, we would also check our labs to make sure that the indication board is correct, and it is, since we have a low potassium lab result. So now that I have checked my morphine and my lactating ringers against the MAR and physician's orders, and they check out, we are going to start with getting our medications administered. So I'm going to start with checking my potassium. Lactose 1,000 mLs with 20 milliequivalents of potassium from the pharmacy. They mixed it there, and the label reads Shirley Cost 1,000 mLs, 20 milliequivalents potassium chloride. And I'm going to make sure that the label is correct and the bag is correct. I'm going to look for leaks, any indications it's tampered with, anything in the bag that makes it look like it's not usable. We are also going to do the morphine sulfate, so we will get it out of the Pyxis. We have morphine sulfate, 5 milligrams. This is morphine sulfate 10 milligrams per milliliter. So this tells me that I need to do some dimensional analysis and determine my dosage. Once my dosage is confirmed and checked by another nurse, I am going to administer 0.5 milliliters of morphine sulfate. So I'm going to get my alcohol wipe, take my cap off very gently. I'm going to clean it. I'm going to let it dry. And this is when I'm going to get my syringe and my needle ready. Making sure that both ends remain sterile. Keeping my wrappers in case I need to do a tape 4. Okay, so I'm going to draw back some air to administer, so 0.5 air into my morphine sulfate. Now that I have that, I'm going to draw back just a little more than what is required, so I can prime it, make sure that I have 0 air bubbles. Because I would not want to harm my patient in any way. Okay. So I'm going to prime it. And then I'm going to get rid of any air bubbles. And then I would confirm, say there are some air bubbles, I would confirm with a fellow RN that the dosage is correct. So 0.5. So now that it's confirmed, I'm going to get a 10 milliliter syringe. I'm going to waste some, and then I'm going to draw back to administer my medication, making sure that both tips remain sterile. Then I would sharps and needle. And place my blue tip on my syringe after priming it. So I'm going to prime it up. Make sure that it's ready to administer. Making sure there's no air bubbles. And that is ready. I would label it, but since we're on another take, it's already labeled, but I would morphine sulfate 0.5. I would do the date, time, and my initials. And then this would go into the sharps in case we need it for another take. And I would remove my gloves, clean up my station, and gather up the rest of my supplies that I would need to have with me before I enter my client's room. So, first med check is done. We're gonna gather our supplies. And our MAR, and we're gonna do the second check at the door. Cleaning up my mess. Okay, so we're at the client's door. We're going to do our second med check. We're doing lactate ringer, 1,000 mLs with 20 milliequivalents potassium due to low potassium on the lab result. So that is good. Check in the bag again to make sure that it's all good to go. We're going to check our morphine sulfate, 0.5 mLs diluted. I would make sure that these are compatible, since we're going to be doing the IV bolus, and the research and indication is that they are compatible. If they weren't, then we would have to take some extra steps in ensuring that the client was safe. So second check is done. We got the right patient, Shirley Cost, 514, right medications. Okay, so we are going to Shirley's room. Hi Shirley, this is Kylie. I'm going to be your nurse. Can you give me your name and date of birth, please? She's going to tell me Shirley Cost, 5/14/64. She has an allergy to codeine and promethazine. And now that we know that we have the right client, we are going to do a quick assessment on her. We're going to do a pain assessment. She states that her pain is an 8 out of 10 with aching, stabbing, and abdominal pressure. And maybe not abdominal pressure, that could be. So she's got her pain, we've got her pain medication. Now we're going to look at her IV site. There's no redness, no swelling. Fingers don't feel like they're throbbing. No signs of infiltration. So we are good to go on that. We're going to start by doing our third med check. We're going to do 1,000 milliliters lactose ringers, 20 milliequivalents potassium. The bag has no leaks. It's ready to go. So we're going to take our IV tubing. Put the gloves on. Hold on. And hygiene. And the gloves. No, they're going to stick. Take our bag, we're going to take our tubing, we're going to spike it, we'll remove the cap, make sure that both remain sterile, we're going to spike it, we're going to hang it up, we're going to untangle it. We are going to fill Minnesota up. Make sure that this is pulled out so we can get now that Minnesota is full, we can still work on untangling. So now we're going to prime. We don't want any air bubbles I'm going to make sure that this is filled 2/3 so we can do our dripping. So, making sure that all the bubbles are out. Okay, so now there are no bubbles. Put the cap back on and hang it until we are ready to administer. Oh, I guess we can administer to our client. So, we take this. Oh no, I would check if it was painted first. So, hold on, I'm gonna hit it. So we're gonna make sure I explain Shirley the process. Okay, I'm gonna clean this really good for 30 seconds. Okay. And then I'm gonna flush it to see if it's patent. If she doesn't understand what that means, I would explain that I was looking for a blockage or any indication that the medication would not go through. So then I'm gonna flush. I'm gonna feel for any pressure or resistance during the flush. Make sure that it's all clear. Everything is clear. Okay, Shirley, everything is clear. Doesn't feel like there's anything blocking it, so we can hook up your medication now. So I'm gonna hold this in my hand. If I was to let go, then I would re-clean it, because if I turn my back to it, I don't know what it has touched. So we're going to make sure that next time that this isn't tangled, if we have to do take 4. Okay, so we're going to hook it up. And if I had any questions about the sterile, making sure that it was sterile, then I would alcohol swab it again, because you can never be too sure. And then I would have a piece of tape right here for the client, if it was bothering her or uncomfortable in any way. I would tape it right there, but I used my tape. So then I'm going to set my rate. I'm going to enter my cassette. So that would be entered. Then I would close it with the lever. I would hit start, and I would enter how many mils we were doing. I would do 20 mils. No. I would start it, and then I would enter the time, the stop, and I would set it for the 9:75 because I wanted to stop prior to the bag being empty so I can change it out and it doesn't run dry. So while that's infusing, we are going to do another check for our morphine because she does have an 8 out of 10 pain. So after it's infusing, I would push the stop because I don't want the medications to mix. And then I would grab my morphine. Oh, I grab my flush. And then I'm going to clean this off for 30 seconds. And then my cap. Flush it again. Okay, we're going to do, make sure that the IV is clean. Okay, so we have our first flush, and then prior to doing this, I'd make sure again I have the right medicine, the morphine 0.5, and all of that. And since this is morphine and the directions indicate that it needs to be infused over 5 minutes at a slow rate, I'm going to look at my watch. I'm going to note the time. And I'm going to administer it very slowly, not to rush the client's system or to provide any discomfort while administering the medication. For video purposes, we're gonna say that this is 5 minutes, we've administered it according to the directions. Okay. And I would alcohol swab it again. 30 seconds. And then we're gonna do another flush. And we're gonna administer it at a controlled rate because the medication is still in the client's IV and we don't wanna rush the client system. So at a control rate, we're gonna administer it. So we did it over 5 minutes like the morphine. So say it's been 5 minutes, we've administered it. Okay, this would be taped to the client's arm. Then I would start my IV medication again and clean up my mess. And I would tell Shirley that I'm going to leave the call light. I would educate my client on the call light. I would educate my client on if she's feeling any weird discomforts, to push it, to call me, and I will come assess. I'm going to come back in 30 minutes and do another assessment to ensure that her pain level has dropped. I'm going to clean up my supplies. I'm going to remove my gloves and go document times, start times, stop times, all the steps that I have done, anything that the client has stated out of normalcy, and document. Task ended.